Can they hold on, though? Can NAVI Jr. apply the pressure? The spam through the smoke unsuccessful. Flowers already found his way on up. The double peek in towards short from the NAVI Jr. side unsuccessful. And now, well, the retake is inbound. NAVI Jr. silenced, but a man in towards this position. Fear, of course, trying to lay down some hate behind these boxes, now pinned behind them. GORILLAZ settling quite nicely in this 5v5, and the retake has to be good. Sunny's going to be flanking in from short, and here we go, Script. The retake has to speed up for the NAVI Junior side, otherwise that flank is going to be deadly. Floud and Nato with one each, but m0NESY's already chimed in. Nato with a double, m0NESY back with one of his own, and that's where the flank comes into fruition. Sunny against m0NESY. Who's going to claim it? It's a tap on the bomb. Does he stick it, m0NESY? Nope, he starts running. Sunny giving up the game.
Does get blinded up on the return flash, however, but the damage is there, right? 1.5 kills, essentially. He and Ornke still alive, no closer to getting taken down. Floud will peek around. It's a pretty quick one. Ornke up on the double stack, also going to get taken out. Pogor's here pretty quickly, but not able to stop them from getting the bomb down. Ultimately, that's the big thing. And m0NESY on this up, not the best weapon for retaking. An MP9, just the flash and the smoke to work with. Really going to be difficult to break through this, and I think they are very much contemplating, if nothing comes their way, maybe we go to save. NATO's head has been spotted, though, and Pogor wins a key fight. He's left low after the back of it, but all the same, surely they can just use the numbers, or maybe not. The AWP is just not close enough to the action either. He's going to try. But it's
I think there's a bit of a weird situation to be in. They are going to try again, and m0NESY through the smoke reads into that play all too well. Flusher out of the round, and it quickly turns into a 5 versus 3. Sergey, of course, looking for the shot on short, and actually does connect. Fear gone. Flower out towards middle, and all of a sudden, Scrape, we are level. But as I say that, not only is that Sergey gone, but the bomb dropped towards short. The man isolated, caught lacking, and now Floud and Nato Sapphics do have to pull out a huge round, but that is a great start from Floud, and he doubles down on that as well, finding Pogorelov as well as has put themselves in a grand position. Cynics against 2, approaching from CT. Bombs set down. Flashbang trying to force him off the angle yet again. Peeking does connect. Let's assume that this second, will they stand the test towards A? It's going to have to be Fear alongside Pogorelov if they want to make things happen. Molotov in, and 2 players caught out. Flusher, a great first to be found. 10 seconds on the clock. The bomb yet to go down. It will find its place. Maybe, just maybe, Sunny is going to tap it down nonetheless. And that will now be a 2v2 Molotov to force him away. And now, NAVI Jr. gifted a bit of breathing room. Both players at 27 points of health, and NAVI Jr. revitalized quite possibly. I don't care to find the first. Sergey against 2, smoke towards site. Molotov in, close run. Smoke on in, and well, NAVI Jr. might just be prepped for this, but no, Sunny to find the first. The response has to be huge here by the one and only Cynics. Does get up close, right in the face of Flusher. Trigger pulled, AK headshot by... they should have had with him. And so if Floud's in and doing this sort of stuff, it's beautiful to say the least. But a dark horse to that top spot. Nato Sapphics, who has caught off one, but m0NESY quick to the trigger. The response found 4v4 as they step on out towards this A site. All 4, at least, still remaining very well intact. 3 towards A. Bomb going to be planted. m0NESY! That is a ridiculous shot onto Floud. Fires off another no-scope as well, trying to catch off the flank. But Sunny to level things out. 3v3 still with that disadvantage HP of Aonkare. And m0NESY lands another shot. Gotta be careful. Throws the flashbang, anticipating the peak. Flusher catching one out towards spawn. And now 2v2. Once again, that AWP and m0NESY could be disregarded to the hands of Sergey, but the molly on top of the bomb. Does he have the time? Nice shot from Flusher. And well, Pogorelov going to be caught blind. Drops the smoke quite possibly in front of him. We'll get that off nade deep in behind as well. Flusher trying to get the entry towards short. Unsuccessful. Sunny's trade has caught Fear with no gun out, but a 10-second timer. I've only just realized script time is against them. Sergey 2 HP, but does maybe just maybe. I don't care. You cost me.
But that's a run boost that's become quite popular actually. A lot of teams have started doing that to just clear short super fast. Gonna get the catch. Trade comes in instantly, but gonna work out for the T side. However, Sergey caught off by m0NESY, and Flusher's not able to capitalize on the player jumping down. Nade's gonna go up, Flusher will only take 1 point of damage from it, but the bullet in the face is going to be a bit too much. The M4 jumping.
Now we're going to be ready for some action. m0NESY smoked off, Molotov in, and now that flashbang. Oh, it's good. Oh, it's great, but Pogorelov, he does not care. A double kill to open things up. The bomb's isolated in towards long. A nice shot from Sunny, at least, to respond, and now Flusher in behind. The lurker, it seemed like a very baity move, but he knew that was the only choice he had. Smoke across. We'll try and drop the bomb as well, Sunny. Oh, my word. The jiggle. This round, it could not go any better for GORILLAZ. From bad to worse for NAVI Jr. And I don't care. Has to step up to the podium in a 1 versus 2. And I just don't see it happening. The penultimate round of the half as well. No money in their pockets. Really missed shot. So they will back away. But Sunny patiently waiting. Tucked in towards the doors. Flashbang over the top. Blinding Sergey. But Sunny's found one. And that's bomb into the jaws of the GORILLAZ side. And a second quite possibly on the horizon. A dink. Doing in fact 4 HP, but Sergey out towards middle, no problems at all. And now the peak, I don't care, good for 1, but a 4v3 once again. NAVI getting dinked. And a bit of a dicier situation as Care to convert. Sergey taking a fight towards long. It will be Flusher to pick up the pieces, 3v2. But bomb in the hands of NAVI Jr. could become problematic, and that's a kill GORILLAZ desperately needed to not lose out on.
Yeah, absolutely. That is a key frag. Flusher. Oh, gonna get taken out. Why would he be on the backside? You know, that's the big
side to back away. Play a more passive approach. 20 seconds to go. Pogorelov, here's the scope. Here's the movement. Sergey. Oh, missed shot. Tucks back in time. Darts find the kill. Flusher with another. Sunny with another as well. Sergey with 2. Nice shot from m0NESY, but it means nothing. GORILLAZ 12, NAVI Jr. 7. Silence. Their own ball game. We've got 2 very capable AWPers as well, Sergey. And then NATO of course. Lingby Vikings AWPer not too long ago. Do you believe he stopped, what, a fair few months ago now? 3, 4 months? I wouldn't say a recent departure, but, I mean, free agent for a little while and now playing under the GORILLAZ banner. He seems to have found his own. And, I mean, second best to Sergey, but more than willing to whip out that big green stick where it matters. A very nice peek from Sunny, catching him off quite nicely. And now, well, 4v5, in fact 3v5, excuse me. NAVI Jr. It's advantaged by 2, and m0NESY out of the equation. Could get interesting, but they do find themselves a site control bomb going to be set down. 40 seconds on the clock. And NAVI Jr. may have just bought themselves a little bit of time to ensure that the retake is a little harder on the GORILLAZ side. And any damage to finances at this point, Scriv, and GORILLAZ will be feeling it, because looking at their money, they're not looking too comfortable. But 5 players in from CT and short, a 1-for-1 trade to kick things off. Loud with a trade, Flusher goes down, Pogorelov with 2. NATO to cut him out of the round quite quickly. And now 12 may just become 13, but NATO leg not quite converted. Tag to 5 HP, bomb tapped, not stuck, peek on out, Care to find it.
Ooh, that's a nasty one through the smoke. Bring it back into a 3-on-3. Slows him down as well because the bomb needed to be recovered. This boost is nice and early. Usually when you're just kind of doing it quickly, it can be a bit risky. Great little Molotov, though, to push them away from it. Cloud going to try and go through the smoke with a bit of help from his friends. Trades need to come in there, and they absolutely do. Flusher now the only one left. The bomb has yet to be planted. The molly goes down. It's a little too close to the smoke. Flash as well, not really going to keep him at bay. They're trying to find him on the edge of it. No.
At least traded out NATO. Sergey trying to rattle off a shot, but it's Flusher that finds one. A very nice dink onto the second, and knows m0NESY's in as well. Shot towards long. Creates so much space for Sergey, and just like that, NAVI Jr. down to 2 and Care on 3 HP. Scriv, finally, GORILLAZ response heard. And I think this one, safe to say, it'll fall itself to 13-10, unless a bomb plant. Possibly pieces starting to come together now for the NAVI Jr. side. And maybe, just maybe, they'll find their way into this retake.
They've crept in, haven't they? I think they were not expecting that on the GORILLAZ side of things. m0NESY, we've been talking a big game about him. He absolutely needs to find most of the damage here, especially with his teammate being so far away and smoked out. First comes in, second as well. m0NESY is doing it. Sergey's the only one left, and they're trying to find NAVI Jr. sleeping. Oh, m0NESY though with the spam through, able to find the first. And now we're out long. Oh, Cynics with the spin around. GORILLAZ are running out of gas, running out of luck here, absolutely. 5-on-3, straight out of the gate.
Arguably, as the bomb will be set down. 28 seconds left, but now a 3 versus 5. Not impossible, Scriv, and a very manageable round to get back into.
Nice molly from NATO. Thea has to find this frag. He's a little bit distracted. Oh, and it's Flusher to jump up and take him down. NATO will indeed be finished off. Pogorelov pushes forwards. Flusher is going to keep on jumping in for a slightly better angle to do it, but Pogorelov is hard to tie down.
Very unsuccessful one. Has just caught his teammate blind, and so that will be a 5v4 now. The Feek well in. Outcare with 1 and 4 as well on Flusher now dipping out of harm's way. Will go back in, and in fact does trade. So 4v3. Has picks up a Desert Eagle as well, but just like that, Fear one out towards middle. NAVI Jr. 4v2. Scriv, it's becoming scary. It's becoming problematic. And for GORILLAZ now conceding a 14th, well, what does that say? As you mentioned, coming into our second map of Train, it's going to be interesting to say the least if GORILLAZ can pull something out of the bag. Flusher peeks on out and Fear towards middle. Nato Safix last in towards this B site. So everyone else running towards A. And ultimately, a 14th on the board at least it should be for NAVI Jr. A scoreline I don't think either of us expected, especially on this map pick.
No, and especially after the start that they had. Surely they have the bodies to deal with it. This first frag going to be important. Sergey can't quite find the flick across there. m0NESY takes out Sunny as he stood in the open. Oh, not ideal here. Do they have a molly to deal with Car? They do indeed. Does he have a smoke to get out? No. So he'll have to push forwards, and he goes down all too easily. No damage traded back as yet onto that T side. They've dropped 2 CT players. The rotations are here, and they're trying to boost them up towards the site, which, to be fair, 2 quick players up there might be unexpected. Molly doesn't quite reach. OnCare takes some damage through the smoke, but someone has to go massive. It was NATO in the previous round. Floud all game long. Needed again. NATO comes in with the first. Maybe they tunnel onto him and Floud can find it around the smoke. So far, it's a slowdown from NAVI Jr. Down goes Flusher. Pete comes in from Floud. Few too many targets for him, and OnCare made his way onto the site. Nice and sneaky-like. All going to be down to NATO. He needs a better weapon. Gets onto the AK. Flash round the corner. Just tries to reposition. Spots
Junior, they are going to punish and already kicking things off. Heavy aggression out towards A. There's players through Pop. There's players through Main. And well, GORILLAZ smoked off, to say the least. And Cynics has found one. m0NESY must get traded out to the hands of Sergey. OnCare finding a dink onto Sunny. Converted. Nato Safix and Flusher with 1 apiece, though. And back and forth. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. Out towards B. They find themselves now 2v3, 1 player low HP. It becomes a little more interesting. Pogorelov. Oh, wow. What a shot. Sergey does take him down, but plucked out of the sky with a Glock as well, of all things considered.
Oh.
Flush shot. We know him. Ah, okay. I thought I was going to hype him up for the knife. I was saying we know him. For the troll, the meme, you know, he always...
I suppose it's neither here nor there. You're not really expecting him to find too much with Deagle and not much else. m0NESY finds the first head here, though. Oh, he gets a second. That is massive. Flusher will trade him back, but all the same, m0NESY has already done his damage for the round. Gaining the man advantage here for the T side. And with only 50 seconds left, GORILLAZ, you know, they're left kind of panicking. What do we do? Where do we move? Floud is in a perfect position to really turn things upside down. He doesn't quite know it, but he could quite easily sneak down the ladder there. Maybe in time he will go for it. Now the hit coming in. Sergey caught out in the open. It's all going to be onto Flusher and Floud. Floud will now be watched. Oh, and he will get taken down. If he'd gone earlier, if only, he may well have been able to save the round. But
I mean, to what avail is it going to be to this explosive play we see from NAVI Jr. and Fear? What a ridiculous shot. And he finds the second as well off the back of it. Cynics to sandwich the kill feed with a headshot onto Floud, and all of a sudden, well, 2v5. Both AKs, or both rifles, excuse me, gone, including that AK. And so, NAVI Jr. going to tear them apart and take a 4th. Flusher and Nato Safix now in the decision where, you know...
Floud finding the kill onto Fear, though, is kind of massive for me. m0NESY and OnCare are pretty low, and they've gained a lot of control in towards Ivy, so the containment is coming in. Floud up close and personal. There's one dropped, and he knows it. Going to find that kill. Can't find him through the smoke because he trades onto OnCare. Floud has bailed them out of this round. His first 3 kills of the game, but probably the most impactful that the CT side have had so far.
Big opportunity for success, and Floud has more than just stabbed it to death. He's mullered the NAVI Jr. side down to 2. The peak, Nato Safix sending the head of m0NESY rolling off his shoulders, and Pogorelov and the double or setup all on top of that.
Oh, Flusher in behind with the knife, though. That is absolutely what you love to see. He's going to come away with another kill. m0NESY's taken down one, but there's so much to find here. m0NESY will get the back of Flusher. However, he backed off a bit more than he can chew. It's still that man advantage being retained here for the GORILLAZ side. Only just. NATO cannot miss. He does. That might just have given the gap that they need. Cynics has crept onto the bomb train. There are T's everywhere like ants. They're so hard to pin down. The bomb's going to go down. At the very least, the CT seem to have clocked on that they're isolated, but Floud goes for a peek by himself. NATO is now in between both the remaining T-side players. Gets the first. Knows vaguely where the second is at. Knows that the bomb is not perfectly planted for him, I suppose. The tap comes in, and he has to go so...
CT having hot contention against the CT side, but they're going to give it his best stab. He has taken some early damage. Cynics with the Galil opening things up. Flusher's response found. 4v4. Bomb being planted. Does get off. Pogorelov getting tagged through the smoke. Beautiful dink there from Flusher, but at the end of the day, nothing too substantial. 4v4, 2 players low HP. And now, this is where it becomes dicey. Floud with a boost as well. Could get caught right underneath, but instead will only take a third of his HP. And they still settle for the level. Pegging Cynics 1-for-1, but a higher HP player gone. Now these 2 low HP players have to come to life. Pogorelov with a first. Turns back, AWP in hand. Spots out another, fires off a shot. And now goes for another, denied. Hold on a minute, Care behind the smoke. Bomb tapped, is it going to be stuck? Flashbang drop, Nato Sapix pulls off. And the man's done it in a 1v2. Care, low HP. It's going to sting a little bit having one of your higher fraggers out of the round early doors. Floud. Bianca, let's see some magic. Spots the first, knows the second. Bomb dropped, and that is it. NAVI Jr. fight from 2 men down. They are good for 1. Flusher to find his own. They hold their ground. Flusher another. m0NESY against 4. Spots out 1. Does see a second missed shot, though. Now holding back towards red, but does not know. Everyone's nowhere but out of crosshair.
Contact play through Ivy. Might catch Pogorelov in the back. Ooh, misses the shot though, and he will be able to make it out. They now have that information as a push down Ivy. How does the T side respond here? They're going to go towards B, contacting their way in at B. Big nade comes through. Floud has to find probably a couple here. He only gets 1, and then he's immediately traded out. m0NESY deals with 1, also traded. Bomb has yet to be retrieved. There it is. The plant will come in. Care pushing forwards, though. This is risky. Very dangerous. And he's going to get taken down. Massively punished for it. Leaving Fear and Pogorelov with it all to do. GORILLAZ absolutely need this one to close the gap, keep things rolling. And they're, of course, trying to deny that. On the NAVI Jr. side, that is a clean headshot from Fear coming in. A couple more like that, and it's going to be over. They're not able to trade him, not even able to track him. Molly on towards the bomb. That doesn't really matter. Not going to push him off at all. At the very least, it clears out one area. Headshot angle towards Flusher. Finds it. Leaves it all to Sergey. Fear's doing everything.
This one, a minute on the clock. And already heavy damage, and in fact a dink, but no conversion towards Ivy. Care lucky to get away, but elsewhere Sunny's picks up 1, and now 4v4.
Oh, quickly dwindling those numbers though. Fear once again chiming in. He's feeling himself at the moment. Confident peak there. Sergey on high. Certainly going to be unexpected. The flash is way too late. That's the bomb as well. Pogorelov maybe goes a bit too early. Sergey with the balls for that peak, but he will find success. All going to be down to Fear. He's the king of the B bomb site. Let's see what he can do on A. There is a couple low HP members. He's waiting for the push to come in from behind him. NATO does well to join up with his teammate. Oh, gotta be careful. Don't give him too many opportunities here. Fear with only 20 seconds though.
45 seconds to go. 5v4 scenario and 2 players on low HP. Scriv, this could get choppy very quickly for the GORILLAZ side.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, Care spots the back of 1. Ivy's not being watched. No way is he allowed to just walk out like that. Finds 1, gets a tag onto the second. He's now found an M4. And these 2 players outside are very low indeed, and going to draw attention across. Care's doing absolutely everything here, but you can see on B, they're pushing in. They catch players in transition. Sunny absolutely has to win this fight, and he can't. Care just charges straight into him. It's down to Sergey with a 5-7, I guess. The AWP is really not going to be useful up close. He's got no information to work with. He'll sneak in behind 1. Gonna start stepping though, and he had the opportunity to maybe creep round and find another, but as you can see, Fear is.
If in doubt, rush B. And that's exactly what they do. But in fact, hold on a minute, it's an around the world. They come straight down B, straight back up, and send it right back out towards A. They're going to try and throw up as much as they can into the faces of NAVI Jr. Let's see how they handle it. Fear handles Flow quite nicely. Low HP though after the initial dink. Does get a tag onto the second M0NESY. Good for one. Cynics again looking for the shots, and he does connect onto Nato Safix. Sergey and Flusher alone. Body shot into this round specifically if they want to have a chance. And Pogorelov ready, dishing out a clean shot onto Nato Safix. Traded out to the hands of Floud. But again, a 4v4 MP9 for AK-47. Questioning the validity of this round for GORILLAZ, but they are going to continue pushing, and Fear's caught out. Floud has found M0NESY, and now a little more believable. They find themselves in a 4v2 post-plant scenario. Cynics and Uncare both approaching from the CT side.
M0NESY's mollied out. So many mollies from such close range. M0NESY will find one. The follow of the spray from Pogorelov is pretty strong. There's some advantage for the time being. He wins the fight against another, and that is massive. 4-on-2 just like that, make it a 4-on-1. They had a great start on the GORILLAZ side, but it's fallen apart. Oh my goodness. Flusher, can he clutch up? That's ultimately what they have to rely on here, and honestly, with no utility, barely any info, I just don't see it happening.
You're right. 40 seconds to work with. Has found his way on towards top blue, and I think he did see the player in connector there. He did. One tap, executes. A second headshot from Flusher. In fact, it was the body shot to finish the job, but it's good enough. And all. He's going to slip away with the bomb in his hands and maybe actually look elsewhere. Moving back towards Pop Dog, taking it from a little more distant. Has been spotted, and now look to rotate.
Actually, kind of curious, because those definitely look like they're on him, and Sonny going to catch him with nade in hand. Perfect timing for that peak. Will leave GORILLAZ in the ascendancy.
Beautiful stuff. 5v4. And GORILLAZ somehow working that man advantage. Fortunately, it's the only MP9 gone. Like, the rest of the team have FAMASs and rifles in general. But Floud, another shot. And now Flusher turning up towards the lurk. 2v5. That's it. NAVI Jr. They go, you know what? We're taking a step backward, running away with the rifles that we have. And in fact, M0NESY caught completely off guard. It's a 1v5. Fear push forward.
Player jumping up. P2 has been seen. A few too many heads to be finding. He gets dinked out, and from down below, Fear will find him. But P goes, following in the footsteps of Sonny, both figuratively and literally now that he's 6 feet under. 4-on-3 still in favor of NAVI Jr. though, and of course, Floud has been left low. So it does look good here for the CT side, but they've got to be careful not to give too many kills back.
Here we go. Well, it's going to get a little more interesting. Floud on site, 4v3. Floud with one. Pogorelov quick through the smoke. Will find a trade. Trying to play around that smoke as well to graft a second, but no. Nato Safix to deny. 2v2 scenario. Pre-firing both players in on towards this back lane's position. Spots the jump up, knows that the bomb lurking around the back of that site. But Nato Safix to slap it on the flip side instead. And Flusher picking up an AWP. An uncharacteristic approach to this one, but an accurate one at that. Cynic's gone on care against two. And NAVI Jr., well, I think a bit stuck.
Does, of course, depend on what NAVI Jr. decides to do in terms of saves. M0NESY, going to be tagged up. Pogorelov's got his back, though, with the 1-dig. That's a nice find early on. Flusher goes charging through the smoke here, but nothing showing itself just yet. M0NESY's got eyes on. Pogorelov's got eyes on. So a very dangerous player Flusher is to go for this one, but he really does want to push forwards. He's just waiting for enough of a distraction from the other side. Cynic's going to win the fight against Sergey. They're falling apart here on the T end of things. Flusher finds some damage, but not the frag. Floud is the next to fall. I don't believe that NAVI Jr. are doing this. Pogorelov claps out. Might actually work out in favor of Cynics because Floud is playing it like he has been seen, but there comes the kill. The molly to follow up, a nice deep smoke as well. Brings it into a 4-on-4 that's definitely doable. The charge forwards is not strong enough. M0NESY standing strong, Uncare finding his kill, and that one was so damn close. Flusher, is that in mid-air? Looked like it. At the very least, it was as soon as he landed. It's still a solid man advantage here for NAVI Jr. As Flusher is left low, the bomb is going to be planted on A. Oh, this is such a dodgy turn of affairs, and he's going to look the wrong way at the wrong time. All onto NATO. One of his famous clutches, definitely.
Push on out here. m0NESY will find one Fear with another. NAVI Jr. tearing them apart. Pogorelov with another. Sergey and Flusher against all odds. Already an attack. Not to convert yet, though. Fear with one. Sergey against four to shut down the first, not the second.